Is it a seller's market or a buyer's market here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area? So stay with me. All right, and welcome back. What is the current real estate market situation here in Raleigh? You might be talking to friends and they might tell you that the market is actually going to crash. However, if you look at the stats, and I'm reading the news right now, this is what it says. Although growth may experience a slight decrease or increase of around 1 to 2%, this isn't likely to significantly impact small investors. According to the data, the Raleigh housing market is actually projected to continue to go up, upward trajectory, even though it is going up at a slower pace. So look at how many people are coming here. Look at the great schools. Look at how many people are staying, deciding to stay. 75% of the people that are in the Raleigh area decide to stay here and not go anywhere else, right? And people are coming from all over the place. They're coming from California, they're coming from Florida, they're coming from New Jersey, from New York, from big states, and they look at this and look at all these parks and people playing pickleball in the morning and enjoying life and not staying in traffic for a long time, and the great universities and the job growth. The Raleigh is a tech hub, right? So there's also a lot of biotech companies that are coming to the Raleigh area and a lot of new startups, Raleigh and suburbs. So the market is hot. The real estate market is increasing. There is not going to be a crash here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. So definitely feel free to buy a house. Definitely feel free to invest if you want to invest. And do me just one favor, do not buy a house so that you can refi later. This is not a wise thing. Buy a house because you can afford it and you want to buy a house. Yes, if the rates drop, you can definitely refi later, but don't buy it with that idea in mind because it's not the wisest. All right, let's go to our second bullet point for today's video. Sale to list price ratio and market status. I can just tell you that in the last couple of months, homes have been listed and sold at the list price or even above, depending on the neighborhood. How hot is the neighborhood? Here, for example, where I'm recording the video, the market is very hot. Homes are selling in a heartbeat because they belong to amazing schools. People are very close to shopping and to the hospitals, so people love this area. So homes are selling fast because there's absolutely no inventory. Let's go to our other topic of discussion, which kind of encompasses what I was talking to you about a few minutes ago, which is the boom in the tech industry here in Raleigh. So Apple, Microsoft, Advanced Auto Parts, Ignite, Policy Genius, I'm just reading the news here. Just a few companies that have actually announced relocations or expansions to the Raleigh area. The growth in tech companies alongside the city's growing population and rich academic reserves bolsters Raleigh's status as an emerging East Coast tech hub. High-caliber tech companies like Lenovo, IBM, Cisco Systems, SAS Institute, and IQVA have already set up shop in Raleigh. For the ones that live here, you probably know. And more startups are following suit due to the city's promising tech talent pool, business-friendly operational costs, and culture of innovation. Now, this, by the way, whatever I'm reading here, they are my notes. These are notes that we take every single week because we do keep informed on what's happening because we've been selling so many homes. So we want to tell you the reality of what's happening, and the boom of tech industry in Raleigh is a serious game. Next, let's talk about Raleigh's job market and its influence on the real estate housing trends. What's happening here in the Raleigh area when the unemployment is low, when all these big companies that I've mentioned and more are coming and they're paying their employees a pretty good salary? What is happening with the market? Of course, the market is going to go high, and when there's no inventory, this is just going to continue being like that. This area is also attracting a lot of investors, people that want to buy rental properties. Again, Barbara Corcoran started a whole trend. So long story short, we are seeing that they kind of go together: the housing market, the job, the unemployment, the high salaries, and a lot of people coming with cash. Yes, they're still coming with a lot of cash, and literally even in the $1 million price point, there's people coming with either 50% down or all cash, because what's $1 million when you're coming from Silicon Valley? What's $1 million when you're coming from Miami? What's $1 million when you're coming from New York? pretty much nothing when you can buy an amazing 4,000 square foot home with a great yard in a great area. Yes, this is exactly what's happening with the job market and its influence on the housing trends here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. So I gotta go and meet the client, but I'm going to finish with looking at the figures. So since last year in August, the median price for the Raleigh area has increased by 2.6%, and we're looking at around $414,000 for the general Raleigh area. Now, if you look specifically in the city, you're gonna be at around $437,000. Now, I'm getting my information from several resources, and I'm looking in the multiple listing service to gather some information, and just based on what we've been selling. And so roughly these are your numbers. We are continuing to see growth, and just as the news here that I'm reading and I'm taking to my client as well for him to see, because he's an investor, and it's very important to see the growth. So I have very, very detailed reports on what's happening in the area. In fact, on my report here, it says that the analytics predict a 5.4% increase in Raleigh's property values as well in 2023. So there you go. I've said it all. It is a seller's market. Homes are staying on the market for about 35 days or so. The pricing is increasing slowly, but it is increasing. The job market, housing market is hot here in the Raleigh and the Greater Triangle area. So with that in mind, I'm going to end the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are going to make a wise decision if you are considering coming to the Raleigh, North Carolina area. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Comment below if you have any questions. I do post one long video and several short videos every single week just to educate all of you when it comes to living, buying real estate here in the Raleigh Greater Triangle area. Take care.